Things over to meteorologists Britta Merwin and Khambrel Marshall. They've got a closer look at what we can expect with the Brazos River in Richmond.
Right as we were having that conversation, this is something that's it just so happens that both of us live near the Brazos.
Yeah.
So both of us have a keen
direct impact on our homes and obviously on your homes for the folks that are watching us.
Yeah.
So we're all in the same boat here.
So this is the graph of where the Brazos was as of 12:15 this morning. So not that far, not that long ago.
Yeah, this is just a few hours ago that the latest reading was taken.
40.11 in terms of the feet. But you notice where he was talking about they're expecting to crest at 59, which is well above the record of 54.7. So if that happens, now this is going to be coming up pretty quickly. This is midnight now. This is midnight Tuesday. Go straight up. And we're already at their record level where the record was set. That'll be tomorrow night at midnight. So it's not going to take very much longer to get to that point.
In a 12-hour time frame, we'll go from action stage to major flood stage. A 12-hour window. So that's a huge increase. It was interesting, Khambrel, to hear him speaking about the Brazos River, that this projection of 59 feet, they had to throw in the thought of additional rainfall into that projection. So we can all cross our fingers and hope that, you know, as this dry air sucks into Harvey, maybe our rainfall totals that we're expecting over the next 24 hours will come down and we could see this forecast drop and maybe some of those evacuations drop, but we can't count on that. No. So I think it's best to prepare for 59 feet because then we could possibly be over prepared for the situation. And the thing that makes it hard is that it's very similar to what folks went through during Memorial Day and the fact that we've never been in this territory before, so we don't know what to expect. So when Memorial Day happened, the Brazos had never been at 54 feet. So they didn't know what that would look like in terms of where the water would be. So when we hit Memorial Day, we had all of the ditches along Highway 6 from Sugar Land all the way down to Alvin completely full and touching the side of Highway 6. So the white lines on the side of Highway 6 were actually covered by water. We also had water going over all the baseball fields in Santa Plantation. As you made your way into Richmond and Rosenberg, we had a ton of flooding from the Brazos River. Booth and Thompson's was completely covered in water, and we had mobile homes in the Booth area that were completely cut off and had water within them.
Now the water that was on the Highway 6, that was more rain, or was that something from the Brazos as well?
That was something from the Brazos because rain had stopped at that point. I'm not sure what the connection is, but there was no active rainfall and the water levels in the ditches just kept coming up and up and up.
Got it, got it.
So it was definitely connected to the Brazos, which is why they're calling for those mandatory and voluntary evacuations, because if Highway 6 is impassable, that means folks in Santa Plantation, you know, they won't be able to get in and out of their neighborhood. And again, we could see change to this forecast, which we hope.
Now, one of the things that I looked at, if it gets to 59, which he was thinking that might get to, look how long it stays there. So the question then becomes, when you ask people to mandatorily evacuate, are you asking them to evacuate from the time it gets to that point, or, you know, they're going to keep, well, and this is going all the way through Saturday. It doesn't show any drop at all in terms of what they expect to happen with this flood rise. So this is very kind of not evacuate, but really, you know, if you don't.
It's a tough decision for folks to make within that area, you know, for folks that are in new territory, Sienna Plantation, Aliana, you know, these are very, very tough decisions to make because you're talking about, you know, uprooting your family and leaving for, you know, the possibility of 5 days.
But when Andy asked the question about when do you need to get out, there was no time. And so that's what I was meaning about saying, okay, because the folks up in Conroe, they're going knocking on doors and saying, you got 30 minutes to get out.
And the folks that are by Addicks and Barker, it's a now thing too.